Welcome back to the Nickel and Dime Football Show. It's your boy Suds, the guy behind the wheels of steel, Drew. We are back. 2022 season preview coming. Top 4 NFC teams from me, top 4 AFC teams coming from Drew. We're switching it up from last week. Who do we got? It's a lot more variation than you might think, but you got to stay tuned. Like and subscribe. It's the Nickel and Dime Show, baby. Let's go.
We are back week 2, 2020, 2022. Which years anymore, Season preview. We're switching it up. You're doing the NFC this week. Thank God.
Yes.
I got the AFC, which was way more difficult once I started looking at it. Because you were right. You warned me. Those schedules are brutal for some of the teams.
Yes,
for some of the top teams, you're like, oh, they're going to go 9-8.
It's hard to predict, man. It's very hard to predict.
I think the AFC is going to have like 1 to 2 games separating all playoff teams this year.
I would not be surprised.
Sneak peek for how I'm going to talk about some top teams later.
Listen, it's going to be a log jam at the top. I'm excited to see what you have. Honestly, if it varies from what I had last week,
it does.
If mine varies
Spoiler,
from you,
it does.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, man, let's get into some housekeeping notes real quick so we can get into the bread and butter of the show today. Rams defensive lineman Bobby Brown, that's just a cursed name, suspended 6 games, league's performance-enhancing substance policy. He's out for the first part of the season. No bueno, sir.
Nah, it's a lengthy 6-game suspension. And that's the thing is, like you just mentioned it, schedules. You know what I'm saying? Like the schedules
got to get off to a good start.
Are going to be a problem. So without him, that could definitely hurt.
Kansas City Chiefs and left tackle Orlando Brown Jr. failed to reach a deal. He will play on the tag this year.
That is not good. And from depending on who you ask, the team did offer him a pretty, like they were coming to the table. So I don't understand what's going on, but we're all about getting that money. So if you holding out for a good reason,
win a Super Bowl and get paid again,
Yeah.
He joins the Dolphins, Gesicki, Bengals, Bates, and Cowboys tight end Schultz as players that will play on the tag this year.
They're weirdly enough, there has been a lot of talking about Schultz specifically, that there's been some trade talk that he might be on the trade block, rumors here or there. I don't know how true it is, you know what I'm saying? But apparently in Bucs land, there's some people who want him to trade since Rob Gronkowski is. So that's what I'm saying. If there's
don't
rumors,
let that happen. Come on, no.
But
how do y'all have any money?
But stay tuned, because we are perhaps going to talk about this team, but I don't know if that is a roster that can afford to lose Dalton Schultz.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So I don't know. Don't get rid of players prematurely. You don't know how the season's going to shake out yet.
You already lost some of his weapons. You know what I mean? You don't want Dak to lose more.
Injuries.
Yeah. Texans settled their part in the 30 cases with Watson and drama and all that good stuff. And of course, we'll never know the terms or anything like that. So
nope. NDAs all around for everybody. And that's kind of all I have to say about that. It's just, what are you supposed to do?
Well, how do you feel about the rumors circling NFL Twitter that the suspension for Watson's only going to be 4 to 6 games?
What's crazy though is what I hope is that they didn't throw the 4 to 6 games out there to kind of gauge and see how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying?
I love the NFL conspiracy theories. Bring them on. Come on.
Right.
You think they're dipping their toes.
That's what I really think it is.
People were mad. People were mad.
Exactly, to see the public's reaction. And now, what I hope is that it's to soften the blow to give him less games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hopefully, like from the reaction,
Two games. He
right.
gets suspended the first 2 games. And you know what? We're going to count preseason games, you know?
Checks, I guess.
Yeah.
But nah, suspensions all around for everybody, apparently.
Yeah. It's been a big retirement week. Dolphins quarterback Jason McCourty retires after 13 seasons.
Good on him. 13 years for that guy.
6th round draft pick.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah. Raiders Richie Incognito retires again. He says, and I quote, "No looking back this time."
My guy.
Why are you going to retire when the Raiders have the best chance that they've had since you've been there?
That's what I'm saying. And they like Richie Incognito, for some reason, just he seems like a
idiot. Yeah.
Yes, but also a Josh McDaniels guy. Like, is that am I off base with that? Like, he kind of seems so like I don't know what's going on there. But Richie Incognito, some people call that man a dirty player. Not really a good guy. Heck of a football player though. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I think a check will bring him back. I'll be honest.
The last housekeeping note I got this week is offensive tackle Mitchell Schwartz, who was injured all of last year and didn't get to play, is not going to try to come back. He's calling it a career as well.
Mitchell Schwartz is a good player, man. That sucks. Like, that really does suck for him.
I think I was reading he had some back problems, some knee problems. I think he's like, I want to lose this weight and I want to be able to walk the rest of my life, you know?
Yeah. That actually does suck. That's the first time I'm actually.
It's like they wear a suit when they're in the league. You know what I mean? Like you see all those linemen that just slim down so much as soon as they stop playing. You know, like Jordan Gross.
I feel like he was the first one. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, because some of those guys go the other direction. You know what I mean? Like they're like, I ain't got to work out anymore. You know,
going that Zion Williamson route.
Ugh. All right. Next up, got 3 and out. I'm gonna hit you with the first down real quick.
I love it. Okay. Well, just coming across like here recently, I guess to put a timestamp on it, apparently Sean Payton is dipping his toe into the will he or won't he waters.
He's
Drew.
feeding into it. He's feeding into it.
So apparently there's
because I mean that's all they've been talking about, but now he's actually feeding into it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like everybody got to keep their name out there
I mean, good on him staying relevant, right? You know, because he's going to want a payday next year.
Exactly. So that's my question though. So if Sean Payton is dipping his toe into the waters and he is not necessarily going back to coach the Saints, you know, Dennis Allen being there, whatever, where do you think Sean Payton's best fit is? And what, you know what I'm saying, what team would love to have Sean Payton?
I mean, everyone wants to say the Cowboys, right? But I don't think him and Jerry work. You know what I mean? Like, I think he wants to go somewhere. And I would hate to say the Chargers because I don't want to give up on their coach right now. You know what I mean? He's a great young coach, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't feel like the Chargers would be perfect, but I don't think they're going to be in the market for a coach. So you got to think who's going to be wanting a coach and also going to give him the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. Like he wants Belichick type control. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yep. So the first team that really came to mind, and he'd have to like overhaul it a little bit, but it was the Vikings.
Okay.
See, like a team like the Vikings, like going after.
Okay. That's not who I would have expected you to say, but I like it though. I like that. Yeah.
Because I was trying to think like a lot of the up and coming teams, they're set. You know what I mean? Like the Rams ain't going nowhere. Like even if the 49ers stumble again this year, I don't think they get rid of Shanahan. You know what I mean? Like that might be a crazy situation with Sean Payton in 49er land.
Yeah.
If they have a bad enough season.
Yeah.
Well, they want to go somewhere else.
If that, like, I guess following that theory though, like if that were to happen to Shanahan, it would have to be a bad enough season, and you'd have to replace somebody like Shanahan with a giant like Sean Payton, right? Because like you're not getting rid of Shanahan for an untested head coach,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What if Arizona fumbles a little bit? You know,
that is a very dangerous situation right there with Sean Payton with Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would. Kyler would stay and there would be no money troubles, put it that way.
And
like,
I
he
mean,
wouldn't be,
you know, Sean Payton's getting a little bit older. The Arizona Heat will do him some good. You know what I mean? He can go ahead and retire like afterwards. You know what I
he'd
mean?
be
Like,
the new Bruce Arians.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
why not? Why not?
I like it. I like it.
Where do you see him going?
Oh, where would I see him going? Honestly, if Sean Payton came back,
As long as he stays out of the NFC South, I don't care.
I could. Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't want him to go there unless he's.
Don't come to Atlanta. Jesus, don't come to Atlanta.
Well, if everything fell into place, maybe he would come. Like you don't think the Panthers will be interested in Sean Payton?
Oh, no doubt. And I would take everything.
That's what I'm saying. So like, and then, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's a layup for your owner for what's your owner's
but
name?
It's just would he want a Tepper? Would he want
Tepper? Yes.
Would Peyton want it though?
That's what I'm saying. Everything would have to be right, but
Baker would have to see, and simultaneously Baker would have to have a good year and not good enough to keep Rule around.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, I think if Sean Payton want, like they would just. Fight.
Oh yeah, he's gone anyway.
He would go. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like he would just be gone. But the Panthers would be an interesting choice. But honestly, I would say the Broncos because they already have Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens there, but that's what I would say.
It adds a whole nother layer to next year's crazy offseason,
And we're gonna
if this one was crazy. All right. N'Keal Harry was traded to the Bears, leaving New England. That was just a tumultuous situation. Like it just never seemed to pan out. But I still think he's got some talent. You know what I mean? I think Justin Fields, maybe a little rejuvenation.
Yeah.
On the other side, you got now the Patriots' number one is Devontae Parker, who's fantastic, has trouble staying on the field.
Okay.
So all those variables, the star that has trouble staying on the field, or the kid that was great in college but hadn't quite proven himself, who has the better year?
Honestly, like I'm probably going with Devontae Parker. I mean, if health is, what I'm saying, the thing that's kept Devontae Parker from really kind of giving you those back-to-back consistent seasons is injuries. I think Belichick is a guy who's going to be able to manage him. He kind of knows what his veterans need. In order, if that's his problem, then Belichick will fix that problem and, kind of let whatever else is going to happen. So I'll probably go with Devontae Parker, but I can't be mad at the Bears trading for N'Keal Harry because the talent, they need talent on that team. They got rid of Allen Robinson. You know what I'm saying? So
they can take some flyers out on some maybes.
Right. I think this is a win-win for everybody. But I think Devontae Parker's going to have a better year, especially like if Belichick, I don't care what Devontae Parker wants, he's going in the slot. That's where Belichick's going to put him in. And he going to eat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's going to eat. So let him do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got Myers on one side of him. You know what I mean? So like he has a productive season when he gets the ball thrown to him. And then they got Nelson Aguilar. You know what I mean? Like, come on. But they do have Kendrick Bourne, though. You know what I mean? So Bourne, Myers, and Parker, that's solid front three. You know what I mean? And you still got Jonas Smith and Hunter Henry in there.
I want to see what year two brings in that offense for those tight ends. Like, give us what we want. Give us what we want.
2 tight end set, man. Come on. All right, what you got for third down?
All right, so third down. Which personnel group will let a contender down when we look back on the 2022 season?
Ooh, okay. I mean, there's a lot of good contenders there because you got the wide receiver core for the Packers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you got the new wide receiver core of the Chiefs. You know what I mean? You got the offensive line of the Bills. If they let anything happen to Allen, that's a done deal.
Right.
You know?
Right. And when you look at it, it's a lot of promise, like setting you up. I'm setting you up.
Yeah.
It's a lot of promise for these groups if they can achieve what they want to achieve. So which one won't they do that? Go ahead. What you got?
I'm going to go with the defense of the Packers again, because I like picking on the defense of the Packers. I think they're going to Aaron Rodgers is going to do the best that this man can with what weapons he has, and they're going to let up like 30 points a game.
You see my face. That's the problem, man, is because it's been the defense for the past couple years. Like, hasn't it been the defense? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I just love that last year they held the 49ers to a reasonable margin and they couldn't get the win. So I do appreciate that the end of their season last year was Aaron Rodgers or the defense going like,
and they're a good defense. I think that's what sucks. It's like a play here or there, but I guess actually thinking about it, you're right. It was the defense that kept them in the 49er game, and against the Buccaneers, it was actually the defense who came away with 3 interceptions. So maybe that was a little premature on my I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to be some change of fortune. I think he's going to make it work with the offense, but the defense is going to let him down.
I got you.
Yeah. All right. 4th down. James Caan, the great actor, has passed away recently. He was known for great movies, and one of them was The Program, which I know we're both fans of.
Yes, sir.
What is your favorite football movie of all time?
Oh man, favorite football movie of all time. The crazy thing about it is, and for as crazy as it sounds, it may be The Program. Honestly, it may be The Program.
Great movie.
That between, and I say that because I also am a huge fan, polarizing movie of Any Given Sunday. I love Any Given Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was actually some real beef in that movie. Go look that up between LL and Jamie. You have Pacino in there. It's everything,
Yeah. I do love the cheesy football movies. I do appreciate The Replacements. And I absolutely adore it. If I'm being honest with myself, it's probably my favorite football movie because I watch it every time it's on TV. And it's Varsity Blues. I love that movie.
Great movie.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
And also Friday Night Lights is fantastic as well. I truly enjoyed that movie. So.
Oh yeah, Friday Night Lights is a great football movie, but it's one of those movies where I feel like I gotta get up for it mentally.
No doubt. I can't just drop that in.
Booby, it hurt me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it hurt me. Yeah, so I don't know if I could get, but that's how you know it's a good movie. Also,
exactly.
That was where I found out that the country singer, that dude can act. I can't remember his name, but that dude was good in that.
Is it McGraw?
So,
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
But probably The Program. So I getting back to the original answer, it's probably The Program, but the problem is I haven't watched The Program in a while, Drew, so I don't know.
It might not hold up.
Holds up.
you gotta be so worried about movies holding up nowadays. Some of them are brutal.
The 90s movies will get you.
Yeah, it's a trap, man.
It is.
All right, so last week we did the top 10 quarterbacks from 50 anonymous execs, coaches, and players. So now this week we got running backs. So I'm intrigued by this list.
I can't wait for this, though.
I can't wait to hear what you got to say about it, because I am there's some surprises on here.
Okay.
All right. Number 1 is no surprise, though. If it was anybody but this guy, we wouldn't have done this segment at all. But number 1, Derrick Henry.
Okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad.
And I know you're not going to be mad at number 2 because I'm not either. Jonathan Taylor.
I was about to say it better be Jonathan Taylor. That's how I know.
I still think Henry's got the crown, and I think Taylor's about to take it.
I can't put it better myself.
Yeah.
I really feel that way. Now, if I'm Derrick Henry, Drew, I'm hungry though. Because
let's get another 2,000 yards.
Well, exactly, because if that's on the cusp of everybody coming out of everybody's mouth that Jonathan Taylor's about to take your spot. Derrick Henry already runs angry. I'm just going to be more angry now. You know what I'm saying? But he's got to stay healthy.
Broke his foot and came back. He was like, it'll be all right.
He's got to stay healthy.
Yeah. Number 3, Nick Chubb.
Yep. No argument there.
It gets a little weird now.
Oh boy.
Because I think talent-wise, yes.
Okay.
but I'm not quite sure they fit the proving it part.
Okay.
Number 4, Dalvin Cook.
I'm a big Dalvin
I
fan,
know,
though.
yeah,
I am a
I know.
big Dalvin fan. And
Yeah.
it's it's been health for him, though. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's just been consistent stretches of games, but like when he's not on the field for the Vikings,
They
it's
suck.
a noticeable difference, like it is a
Yeah.
very noticeable difference.
Yeah.
So if Dalvin Cook would have been healthy for most of his career, Mike Zimmer will probably still be the head coach.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. All right, I'll give you that. Number 5, Alvin Kamara.
Ooh. Okay. Oh man. Maybe see, and this is what we talked about. See, I guess we was dropping jewels, but like Alvin Kamara, I don't like his team. But
Yeah, right. But he's a great
him,
player and he does everything.
Yes. Having him on my fantasy roster,
It's a game changer, dude.
It is a game changer.
You can be down 30 points going into that Sunday night game and he drops 40 for you.
And he might get it. So I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm moving Alvin Kamara up. Like hard stop. No, I might move Alvin Kamara up to 3. I might move Alvin Kamara to 3. Because like Alvin Kamara, like I think he might have had a couple of games where he was out, but for the most part, like Kamara,
he's durable.
He's pretty durable. So like,
and if we're jinxing him for this upcoming season, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, like you put Alvin Kamara, like I think Alvin Kamara is a running back. As long as he can stay healthy, he is a guy that you don't necessarily need a number 2, but you want to keep him fresh. So
right.
I'll put Alvin Kamara 3, Nick Chubb 4, Dalvo. Got to go to 5 at least. Like, who you got at 6 though?
Do you want to say you putting Dalvin at 5?
Oh no.
When number 6 is your boy, Joe Mixon.
Ooh.
It's your boy.
Oh no. Slide Dalvo.
Yeah.
Slide Dalvo.
Yeah. And still, Kamara's got Ingram still. You know what I mean? So they can switch it up a little bit. So.
Yeah. I want to see, like, and we love Mark Ingram, but I do want to see him give a little bit more though. This year.
I mean, he might be slowing down. He might not be the number 2 guy for the whole season, but we'll see. We'll see how it starts. All right, number 7. I know we differ here a little bit how we feel about it. It's CMC. CMC at 7.
Yeah,
the talent's still there. I know the last few years, bad taste in your mouth because he hadn't been on the field.
Yeah,
I get that. Yeah. But you got to admit it, when he's on it, it's a game. He's there. You know what I mean? He's dropping touchdown after touchdown.
All right, so I mean, I guess where we at? We at Henry.
7.
Yeah, right. So we at 7. So in my eyes, we got just a quick recap. We got Henry. We have Taylor. We have Kamara. We have Chubb. We have Mixon
and Cook.
And then I will put Dalvin. And then I guess I will put, just based on ability.
Right.
Based on ability. I don't just.
He's very elusive. I know you don't love him as a player, but
he can do pretty much anything you want him to do except stay healthy. Like, he can't take that kind of a beating. So depending on who you have next, I don't know. Now, like, okay, so put it this way. Dalvin was the slider. CMC is now the slider for me.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I like where he's at. I respect where he's at. Okay. But I also know it's coming up. So number 8, Najee Harris.
CMC is definitely there. I need to see more from Harris. Like,
because I mean, he got numbers, but they also ran him into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to see it. It's just I haven't seen enough.
Yeah. Number 9, another great player misses some games though. He's going to miss some games, and it's Aaron Jones.
I'm definitely putting Aaron Jones over Najee Harris.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm putting Aaron Jones over Najee Harris. But you're right though. Aaron Jones, I think I like Aaron Jones more now that he has AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
great
Like,
duo, you know?
yeah, but Aaron Jones is, I feel fine with where he's at. Put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 10. I'm pumped about this. So excited. Javonte Williams.
I'm excited about that too, man. I'm
Yeah,
excited
dude.
about that too. Yeah. Yeah. I
think he's due. I think he's gonna have a great year.
Yeah. Yeah. With Russell Wilson, Russell Wilson loves a great running game. You know what I mean? And he's not the only guy there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You still have Melvin Gordon, who honestly, I had him on my fantasy roster too. He wasn't bad.
I had Williams. He was one of the bright spots of my next to last place finish. Yeah. I like how you came out of the gutter and made it to the championship game, but I'm still
I did.
Chilling.
I don't know how y'all let me get away with doing what I did to that fantasy season last year.
Dude, every time I saw you draft, I was like, wait, he was there? What? I was like, what is going on? I was pissed. I was like, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
You had some cheat codes, man. You're pulling some players out that already been drafted.
Listen, I just did what I did, but that lets us know. Stay tuned to the fantasy episode that we have coming up for y'all.
I can't wait to hear you and Simon bicker it out again. It'd be great.
There's not a bickering when Antonio Brown left the stadium and cost me a fantasy championship. Okay,
so that double hurt.
Yes, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
So you good with the 10?
I'm good with that, man.
Any that you can think off the top of your head that you'd be like, man, they kind of got shorted. What about Eckler? Does Eckler crack that?
No, health for me, not over any of the 10 guys. And I will, at that point, I do like what Austin Eckler brings, but I want to see more. I don't know. Yeah. He's been in the league for a while. He's a vet, but it's always something with him.
Yeah. What about Saquon and Zeke out east?
Saquon Saquon's got to stay healthy. Tony Pollard, I think, has an argument to at least be number 10. You know what I'm saying? At least be number 10, maybe 11. But there's so many running backs with a lot to prove. I want to see Cam Akers, Josh Jacobs. I love Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Josh Jacobs,
Mostert coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
getting a fresh start.
So
a lot of great
2022 coming up, man. 2022 coming up.
Yeah. All right, let's get into these top 4 teams. We just to recap last week. My top 4 NFC teams were the Buccaneers, Rams, Packers, Eagles. And Sean's top 4 AFC teams were Chargers, Raiders, Bengals, Bills.
Chargers, Raiders, Bengals, Bills.
Yeah. Wait for the single dropping later this week. All right, sir. Would you like to do the honors with your first NFC team of the evening?
Well, I think where you're really going to get the meat of this conference is actually going to be in the third to the fourth teams coming from the NFC. That's
1 and 2 is pretty locked in.
1 and 2 is pretty locked in. That's where the juiciness comes in for me, honestly. But make no mistake about it. This team beat our ass. The Los Angeles Rams.
Putting them number 1. I like
number 1 until somebody beats them. I think they did enough, man. You know what I'm saying? I really think they did enough.
I really think, like we said last week, Jefferson's going to step up.
Yeah.
And I really think getting if they can get Robinson healthy, that'd be huge.
Well, yes, I want Robinson. I want more from Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson is going to have to be more integrated into the offense, especially while Allen Robinson gets his bearings. We don't know how they're going to start out, right? So we talked about it last week. I want to see how they sustain Cooper Kupp. You know what I'm saying? Matt Stafford, year 2 coming in the offense. Sean McVay is gonna try to take it to another level.
Turning the ball over. He's got to protect the football.
Do you think he turns the ball over? I'll ask you now. Do you think he turns the ball over less this year?
I think so. Because he was averaging 1.5 interceptions per game last year.
Just right. Just and that's what I mean, like just by being year 2, right? I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but I think they did enough. I guess to talk about their roster just a little bit. I hate on Bobby Wagner, right? Like you talked about Bobby Brown being suspended. A tale of two Bobbies. Jalen Ramsey, coming off an injury, but I love Jordan Fuller coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that. And I'm a little suspect, Drew, on everybody aside from Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd on that defensive line, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
But that could be. We talked about it earlier. Which position group could let a contender down? This is
defensive front.
When we talk about not from Aaron Donald and what Leonard Floyd can give you with an Aaron Donald, right? But when we talk about these contenders, there's little chinks in all of their armor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily players, but groups.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You are a group when you're on that field.
Exactly. It's never just one man. So I think they'll be number one. You know what I'm saying? Looking at their schedule, they do have some dogs on their schedule. They will have to fight for it. But I think they'll get through the season and definitely be like one of the top teams in the playoffs. But they do have a hard schedule though, bro. Like
right.
They play Buffalo, they play San Fran, they play Dallas, who should be a fight. You know what I'm saying? They play, well, of course they play San Fran twice. They play, you know what I'm saying, Arizona. They got Green Bay on the schedule, Denver, the other LA team, of course. And that's like, oof.
That LA game's gonna be great, man. I'm so excited about that.
That's in January 1, New Year's Day. Everybody off work. Are you serious?
Let's go.
Man.
Let's go.
Actually, I'm not off.
Yeah, you
so
got
that
it.
sucks.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Right. But I think they'll be good though. I think they'll be good, man.
All right. Well, my number one team in the AFC, I'm agreeing with one of your picks. I just have them slightly higher. And I think this year is going to be crazy for them. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills. Number one, AFC. Von Miller's that veteran presence they need to finally get that defense to stop making the little mistakes that cost them the last few years.
Yeah.
They lost Trubisky, but they brought in Case Keenum. You know what I mean? Like they drafted James Cook. You know, for the love of God, please let that be the igniter for that running game. You know, Shaq Lawson comes home. They got Crowder. They got Duke Johnson. You know we love Duke Johnson.
We are a very pro Duke Johnson show.
They got rid of Beasley, but I feel like he was more of a problem than a help. You know what I mean? Like Emmanuel Sanders never really got his footing there. Breida never got his footing there.
Addition by subtraction. Yes, sir.
Yeah. They did lose, like Addison and Klein and Butler and Starr. So that hurts on the defense, but I think they'll be okay with what they have. They have Ed Oliver, Greg, they got younger, you know what I mean? They got Milano's still back, Tremaine Edmonds, like just name after name on that defense, man. Like Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, Tre'Davious White coming back from injury. You know what I mean? He's going to be hungry to have a good year again. So I think it's going to be good. But they do have a tough schedule.
It seems like everybody does it not? Like,
well, that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Is it's just going to cancel each other out. You know what I mean?
Which I think, even like if that's what you have at the top, even in both conferences, right? If you have a lot of teams with the same amount of wins, it's just gonna make it better for everybody,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna be living.
That means every game,
every
counts.
play. Yep.
But their first 6 games are Rams, Titans, Dolphins, Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs.
That's tough sledding, Holmes.
That's playoffs. Playoffs, right from the get go.
Yeah.
I still got them getting 11 wins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You really like, and that's what I was going to say to your point talking about Von Miller. Is he like, I could definitely see him being a presence that gets the young defense to play at a championship. I could see that. Good point, man. So I like it. I like it, man. I like
Number one. And I mean, if that's our Super Bowl, so be it. Rams, Bills.
Yeah. I'm curious to see who you like, because
my number 2 team's gonna shock you.
Yeah. That's because now the first domino fell, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first domino fell.
The
Make sure you
second
stay
one's
tuned.
a doozy.
Like and subscribe, baby. Nickel and Dom Show. We bringing it to you. Let's go. Number 2 NFC team for me. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean,
that's fair. I knew that.
You know what I'm saying? It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This rosters is ready. We've made some additions, and the places that we needed to make them, we got better at defensive tackle. We utilized the draft picks that we had to supplement the roster in ways that we can get better at that we weren't necessarily bad at last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got everybody coming back. Todd Bowles, head coach, continuity there. Akeem Hicks, you know what I'm saying? Like the free agent additions, JPP not there. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like the line is definitely holding up as well. Logan Ryan back in, you know what I'm saying? Like, Keanu Neal, what are we going to get from him? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can get Pete Keanu Neal playing his regular position,
I
like it, man.
Ridiculous.
I like
Logan
it.
Ryan,
yeah. So either way, I mean, talking about the rosters there, the schedule is what I'm worried about though, because like I think we'll be a good team, but like we gotta play some dogs, bro. Like this is not an
every
easy
game is gonna count this year, and I love it.
The first 4, bro. The first 4. We could easily be 2-2, if not 1-3 or 0-4, because it's Dallas, New Orleans, Green Bay, and Kansas City.
Do you have Dallas at first?
Dallas first again.
I think y'all.
No, but I'm
beat up
just
Dallas
like,
at first.
I mean, how close that game was? That
no,
game,
no, that was a great game. That was one of the better games that Dallas played all year.
Of course, it was the first one of the season, so nobody knew what they were doing yet. But you know, but like, you know, I'm being a little bit facetious, but I think like at worst, 2-2 out of that, if we the team that I think we are, I still think Bucks going to the playoffs, maybe one of the top seeds, get there with like 11, maybe 12 wins, even though we won 13. So maybe we win less, but like we're still one of the top teams because these teams are going to beat each other up, man. Like the big money teams, the big dog teams are playing the big dog teams. So
they are.
This season is going to be fire, bro. Like, I'm telling you.
And I'm here for it. All right, you ready for my number 2 AFC team?
Number 2, man. What you got?
The Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh, big Matt Ryan energy. What?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
They added Matt Ryan. Yeah. They added Nick Foles. They added Philip Lindsay. That could be a low-key little weapon they got in the back pocket, you know?
Yeah.
They got Ngakoue. They got Gilmore. That's going to be huge.
That's right. Okay.
They get rid of Wentz. That didn't work. They get rid of Hilton.
Did that feel good to say?
Fan.
Did that feel good to say?
It did. Yeah. Max gone. Pascal's gone. Rocky Sin's gone. Rhodes is gone. But their schedule is just not that bad. And I think you get another great year from Taylor. You know, I think Pittman's due for a good year, you know, a breakout year. You know what I mean? Like, they do got to find some weapons. They do have to have some guys in that wide receiver core to step up.
They do.
You know?
Yes, sir.
But Mo Alley Cox, you know, Matt Ryan loves a good tight end. You know what I mean? So
that could be a big huge. Mo Alley Cox year. Yeah, it could be a big year for him. Yeah.
And I didn't want to give it away when you were asking me what personnel group could let down a top 4 team. I didn't want to let you know I had the Colts. But if this offensive line is good, but they're not deep at all.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I was looking at them last week. I was like,
that could be a big problem.
And it's crazy
because you know, man, an ankle's going to get rolled up on, or a knee's going to get fallen on.
Yes, sir. And that's exactly what I was going to say. Is like, how often do you see a team make it through the season where none of their offensive line gets injured? And if you do, those 2 teams are probably, if they're any good around them, they're in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, offensive line continuity is key.
Huge. Especially when you need to rely heavily on your run game.
Yeah.
But that defense, man, Kwity Paye, I think DeForest Buckner is one of the most underrated defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
Ngakoue now, Darius
Worth it,
Leonard,
too.
McLeod, Gilmore, yeah. I'm digging it.
They got a roster. They got a roster.
Yeah.
You made good points.
I think they get 11 wins. I think they get 11
Colts,
wins right there too.
Bills, Colts. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, how is that going? You got Chiefs on the slide there. I don't know how that's going in the household, but you know what I'm saying. If you ducking,
she's out of town.
Hey,
I get to speak my truth.
Looking over your shoulder.
Like, was that the door?
Oh. Right.
Yeah. All right, who you got number 3? You said that it gets a little dicey here, and I'm here. I love it.
This is kind of crazy, man, because like I know the easy pick is the Green Bay Packers, but I don't think it is the Green Bay Packers. I don't think it's the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh.
I'm looking at this and talking about position
man,
letting you down.
Rodgers hurt your feelings last year, huh?
I mean, listen,
Is that what happened?
I don't know what's going on with this. Like they did some good things. Like they added Christian Watson, but they lost the best receiver in the league. They have the running back, they have the quarterback. Like you can't take that away from them. They'll be a top team, but like honestly, if I'm dissing the Packers, and I'm gonna eat some crow for saying this, man, but it's actually making me a little bit nervous, and maybe it's also I'm selling it, and maybe it's also a little bit of home cooking, man. But the New Orleans Saints, man, number 3. I think they could be the number 3. Their roster is pretty solid, aside from what is Jameis Winston going to give you. That's my issue.
Who hijacks my co-host real quick? What just happened here? You're giving the Saints their flowers? Like what?
I don't know.
Who are you?
I don't know who I am. I hate myself right now. But listen,
hey, that's how you know, people. That's how you know we bring you the truth here.
This is crazy, bro. Like I'm looking at the roster, right? You do have AK Alvin Kamara, right? I like what they did, bro. I really like what they did. Like if Michael Thomas comes back, he should want to play now, because he has more talent around him. If they get an ounce of what Jarvis Landry is capable of, I think that still benefits them.
Yeah,
I think Chris Olave is a nice addition. Like he's a guy that I'm not worried about being a pro. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like from what that dude is smooth, man. Like he is very smooth.
He walked in the draft being like, I'm the next best thing, man.
Yeah, and it just like he just kind of has an air about him. I like their offensive line. Like honestly, aside from the left tackle, but they drafted Trevor Penning. What is he going to be able to give you? You know what I'm saying? So right now they got him backing up, but the left, which is a big spot. Don't get me wrong, and Jameis bound to throw some things if this left tackle not popping. So they need to get that. But like Andrews P, Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz, good player, Ryan Ramczyk, one of the best in the league if it went healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like offensive line's good. So while I'm selling it, the defense is also, I mean, that back end, Tyrann Mathieu, Paulson Debo, Marshawn Lattimore, and CJG, PJ Wood, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if they're scheduled, like, they play probably a lot of games. You got the 6 games, so I think it's going to be more of a fight than I want it to be, but they do play some heavy hitter teams too. So what is Jameis going to give you?
Show up? They show up sometimes in big games.
Sometimes, but like full season Jameis, I don't know. He had him on a good trajectory last year. I think they could have definitely been in the mix had he played the whole season. But right now, what I'm looking at, I think the New Orleans Saints, if things go right, I think they'll be the number 3 team, one of the top teams in there. I could see them easily like being somewhere closer to 5, 6, or 7, you know what I'm saying, like somewhere in that mix with 9 to 10 wins, maybe 11 wins at the peak, but 10 wins, I think. 9-10 wins for sure.
All right, I like it, man. I mean, I don't like it, but I respect it. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense.
That's where I'm at.
Statistically speaking, it sounds
I don't like
nice.
it, but that's where I'm at.
All right, number 3 for me in the AFC is the defending AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals. I think Burrow's just all those weapons, man.
It's hard to count them out, man. You want to know what's crazy though about the Bengals, and I'll kick it to you on this, bro, because I think you're probably going to say the same thing I am, or at least agree with me. But like, you look at their roster, like, do you feel the same way that you felt about the Bengals coming in to last year? Like, it's
no. I think I had them winning like 4 games last year.
Well, oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
So
I had them pretty low last year. Like I went back and ate those words pretty. I think we both did. I think we both didn't give them a chance last year.
Maybe we did. I can't remember, but
because they came out of nowhere last year.
I feel
like, remember Chase was dropping balls where like you didn't get an offensive lineman, which to be fair, that still hurt. We just didn't think Burrow would overcome it like that. But I think we both,
I don't know,
had him 3rd or 4th in the North last year.
I'm very sure. I am very sure. However, I feel like I had like them.
You had them better than me for
having a good roster.
Yeah,
but it's crazy when you think about the Bengals because like I'm just kind of I feel like without realizing that hey they just went to the Super Bowl, you're just like there's better teams in the AFC. But then you like look at their roster and realize what they can do and that they just went to a Super Bowl and you're like oh shit the Bengals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then they brought in a new center. They got your guy for the right guard. You know what I mean?
Alex Kappa, yeah.
Yeah. And then they brought in Collins as well from Dallas, all those great teams. So had a problem. They went out and did some things about it.
They did. I like the additions on the line too, man. Yeah. I think that could bode well for them.
Yeah. And then you still got Hubbard on the defensive line, you know? DJ Reader, Trey Hendrickson, got Awuzie in the secondary, you know what I mean? So Bates, you know what I mean?
Jesse Bates, very polarizing. Yeah, very polarizing. Jesse Bates, I like him though.
Von Bell, you know.
Yep.
Eli Apple. But hey, you know, he might have that chip on his shoulder. You never know.
It's a Super Bowl roster because they are a Super Bowl roster. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they say differently.
They added some pieces.
They also have an easier schedule.
That's what I was going to say. Like, what's the schedule looking like?
So they start off strong. So they gotta stack some wins early,
right?
But their last 7 games are Titans, Chiefs, Browns, Bucks, Patriots, Bills, Ravens.
Do they want it? Or they gonna have to want it? They are gonna have to want it because no slouches.
Yeah. I got them winning 9 games, and of course that's going to be just fine in the AFC.
It's looking like that might be the case, man.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, and you know, because every time the season happens, there's always something like that throws everything off everybody's predictions. So I wonder if there's one team that's just going to boat race everybody that we just don't see coming.
Yeah, I mean, like the Bengals last year, you know what I mean? Like we're due for it every year. There's got to be an anomaly every year. That's why I was trying to kind of predict it with the Colts this year. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know.
Well, and I feel like it'll be a contending team though. That's what I'm saying. Like just one contending team that just wins all their games, and then like everybody else is fighting for 2 through 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be great, man. I can't wait to see it. Who's rounding out? Who's not? You hit me with number 3. Now I'm intrigued with who number 4 is.
Man, number 4. Looking at a couple of teams, man. I gotta go. I just don't.
Love the hesitance to pull the trigger.
I mean, if I'm talking quarterbacks, I'm going Green Bay, but I'm not talking quarterbacks. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, I'm on board.
This roster, talking about it was the quarterbacks for the 3rd and 14s because for as much as we just talked about how Jameis Winston can take his team, it's Jalen Hurts' show, man. Like he has got to do it
finally
with this roster, and they're giving him the roster to do it. Like I think between like in the offensive line, like if you get a healthy offensive line, like a healthy Lane Johnson, healthy Jason Kelsey, even though they're getting older, I want the other three positions to kind of step it up. You know what I mean? But like you have the dominant wide receiver, you have the speedy can do it all wide receiver, you have a good tight end. You know what I'm saying? If the line can protect and Jalen Hurts can do his thing with that defense, this could be a very scary team.
Yeah.
This could be a very scary team.
To me, it was because I had to ask myself this when I put the Eagles in that same spot last week.
Yeah.
Do you even consider them there if AJ Brown doesn't come over?
Nope.
Exactly.
Because
that's a game changer.
Yep, it is. And don't get me wrong, the defense added a 10+ sack machine in Hassan Reddick.
Trust me, I know that breaks my heart.
You know what I'm saying?
I miss him already.
To the defense, you got big play Slay that showed you he can do it by himself.
Yeah,
by himself
for years.
Yeah. And then you add James Bradbury coming 2 hours
they
down
just got better, man.
Yeah,
they just got better.
So I really like that, and don't be mad at me, Dallas fans, but like I feel like they're better than you because overall, even though if your wide receivers stay healthy, they'll be there. You have a good running game. It's the defense for me, man. Like I like their defense better than yours.
And their offense, the Cowboys' offensive line got worse too.
Well, I feel like there's enough
people. You know?
They did, but I feel like there's enough there for Dallas. So their offensive line, I feel like the offense will be the strength of the team. The defense can do it. We've seen them, but like I like the Eagles roster better, man. And I think they got
more impact players.
Yep, they'll come out on top in the NFC East. So
all right. Number 4 for the AFC. It's the Kansas City Chiefs.
There it is.
I got to go the Chiefs. I can't bet against Mahomes.
No.
Travis Kelce. They bring in, I think, is going to be one of their top receivers, if not their top receiver, in Valdez-Scantling. I think he's going to have a monster year. I think it's going to be great.
Drew, are people downplaying how much more Patrick Mahomes is going to add to the players that they brought in?
I think so, because I think Juju's going to be rejuvenated too. You know what I mean? Like
rejuvenated. Yeah.
You know, Mecole Hardman's the speed guy now. He might flourish. You know? Yeah. And then, I mean, listen to these running backs, though.
Okay.
Edwards-Helaire. They brought in Rojo.
They did bring in Rojo.
They got Jerick McKinnon, who was great for them last year.
Wow.
And then the second-year player in Derek Gore, who shined given the chance.
Okay. I really like that running back room, but I will say this, though. On that roster, or do you think, because like, you know what I'm saying, this is your, you know what I'm saying, like breakdown of the team. Do you think that Edwards-Helaire can lose touches if because he's been polarizing, man. Do you think he'll lose touches in the running back room this year?
Oh, no doubt. You got to spread it around. And I think that saves him. I think he gets a bulk of the touches come playoff time if he's healthy. I think they're doing this to save him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay. and also if you build a great rotation in the process, then don't mess that up. You know?
Because talking about Rojo,
do you think he loses confidence and efficiency if he loses touches?
I think because he's been polarizing, from what I understand, it's like Edwards-Helaire he can be that dude, but like he always doesn't necessarily. He's like they drafted him to be the best running back on the roster, and he's often not played up to that. Where you have a Jerick McKinnon outshining him, you have a like other running backs on the roster. So Rojo's a runner, man. Like like he's not going to give you much of the passing game, but if Rojo starts rushing the ball, and Jerick McKinnon is giving you Jerick McKinnon things, there's only so many footballs to go around.
Yeah, and they're going to throw the ball a lot. You know what I mean?
Which is where he shines. So,
and I think that that offensive line has another year together. You know what I mean? So I think they're not going as long as they can stay healthy, which they actually got some depth pieces too. So Good for them. They're like, not going to catch us with our pants down again. And then I actually think the defense got better. You know what I mean? They got rid of Sorensen. I know a lot of Chiefs fans are pumped about that. He went to the Saints. Him and Honey Badger went over to the Saints.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Damn. Oh, well, Dirty Dan will fit right in with the Saints. Yeah.
They lost Tyreek Hill. Can't replace him. You can just hope by committee.
Yeah.
Robinson, Pringle, Williams, a running back. But here's how they start their schedule off. Arizona, Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders, Bills, 49ers.
Ooh.
And then a bye week.
That's a murderer's row.
Yeah, dude. So I think they get the 9 wins, and it might be scrambling to put that together towards the end of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be very contested for them. It just makes their back half of the season very, very interesting.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. You know? But I think they got the pieces to go for it, you know. I think it'll be good. Just AFC is going to be just a shootout. It's going to be great.
Okay, so I feel like we had a lot of overtime games last year with the matchups that we have just talked about, like briefly with the schedule, man. Like, how many overtime? Are we getting more overtime games this year?
Oh, we have to. You know what I mean? I hope we get more overtime. Like, I'm honestly probably the most fun I had watching a game last year was the Raiders and Chargers overtime game to see who goes to the playoffs. So bring more of those.
That's week 1.
Yeah, they play again this week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's week 1 this year.
That's fantastic. Good. Let them pick up right where they left off.
Yeah. Golly, man. Well, y'all got to stick with us for it, man.
Yeah.
Y'all got to stick with us for it.
We got 5 through 8 next week. So you want AFC or you want NFC?
Oh man. You want to snake it, or do you want to swap and like us go back to AFC, and you want me to go back?
Let's
AFC?
Snake it. I'll do AFC.
All right, I'll do NFC. 5 through 8. Cool. The continuity continues. Baby.
I love it. We tell you the rest of the playoff teams, and then the one team that's barely not gonna make
it. It's gonna be who is gonna break your heart? That's the question. Yeah. Which team is gonna break their fan base's heart at number 8?
The Chargers broke my heart last year because I was pulling.
They broke a lot of.
That's why I was a little hesitant. Why? So I'm not gonna lie to you, Chargers. That's why you didn't make my top 4. Because I'm hurting from last year. All right, I'm hurting.
Petty. Listen,
petty.
I like. Why couldn't y'all just tie, man? Why couldn't you just tie?
Just tie.
That's all you had to do.
Yeah, because the Steelers went instead. Come on.
Yeah,
get it together. Guys, check me out on Instagram at Laugh with Harrison. Check out all the great stuff we got coming to you content wise. Shawn, where can they find you at?
At the Kid Suds on Twitter, at @Nickel_DomFB on Twitter, man. And you know what I'm saying? Just like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot coming up for you. Stick with us with this off season. We got the season preview, we got the fantasy 5 through 8 next week. We got the fantasy coming up a couple weeks from now, excuse me. And I'm excited, man. Y'all should be excited.
Trying to have a winning record in fantasy football this year.
Yes. I think you'll be back.
I'm due, man. I'm due.
That's what I'm saying. Like you've been down bad for a couple of years.
Bad.
Yeah.
Fighting for that last spot. If I finish last this year, I'm retiring.
You might have to give.
I'll still be the commish. I'll still be the commish, but I'll retire.
Vote of no confidence for.
I will relinquish my spot.
All right, man.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.